starts now.
A community in mourning after the deaths of two Cobb County Sheriff's deputies killed on the job.
And right now we're learning a lot more about these two men and the suspects accused in their deaths. We have live team coverage for you tonight. Cody Alcorn and Don White. Cody, one of the first to arrive on the scene late last night. And Cody, you have spoken with so many folks in the community and they're still shocked by what happened.
They really are, Ron. I think throughout the day today, the reality of the magnitude of the loss has really started to sink in here in this community. You'll notice behind me flags at half staff here at the jail as well throughout this community through Marietta and Cobb County. And as I mentioned, there is a deep sorrow. We talked about this last night, but I think growing even more today is the anger because this was such a senseless act. It didn't have to happen. And that's what so many people in this community are talking about. And you heard that today when the sheriff spoke during a news conference and identified his two deputies who were killed in the line of duty.
We lost two great deputies.
A son, a husband, and a father of two. 38-year-old Deputy Marshall Irvin Jr. protected Cobb County for the past 10 years, joining the sheriff's office in 2012.
They was outstanding men.
Deputy Jonathan Koloski joined the Cobb County Sheriff's Office 15 years ago. Not only did he serve his community, but also his country. A combat veteran who deployed 3 times to defend our freedoms. A man that loved his job so much, he wanted it shown even on his wedding day.
It hurts all of us.
Two men who willingly stepped up to a calling, pinned on a badge, and put their own lives on the line to protect others.
Men of character and integrity, family men, loved by their family and their kids.
Families now torn apart by the senseless act of one man who police say ambushed these two deputies.
This has broken the hearts of my deputies and civilians.
This agency and community have not seen an officer killed in the line of duty since 1990. We're talking 32 years here. And to put this in perspective, these are the first 2 officers in the state of Georgia to be shot and killed on the job this year. And across this country, the 45th and 46th officer to be gunned down while just doing their job on a night shift. Ron, back to you.
Yeah, this is going to be really tough to navigate through over the next couple of months. Cody, thank you. By the way, folks, the 2 people accused of shooting and killing the deputies had their first court appearances today. We're talking about Christopher Cook and Christopher Golden. They were both denied bond. And according to jail records, Golden is charged with 2 counts of felony murder and 2 counts of aggravated assault. Cook is being held on theft-related warrants and charges from earlier this year. Records show this is not the first time Cook and Golden have had contact with law enforcement, multiple times. So here they are. They're listed as co-defendants in a 2019 case where Golden is accused of stealing an iPad and tools. The 2 then allegedly sold them at a pawn shop or at pawn shops. And then 2012 case, Cook was sentenced to 10 years probation after he was found guilty of burglary, theft, and violating the state's Substance Abuse Act. Cook also broke into 2 churches and stole a gun, a sword, and other items. And according to previous arrest warrants, investigators finding Cook with several small bags of cocaine and multiple incidents in February of this year led Cook to be charged with several more counts of theft. And right now, neighbors are still coming to terms with what happened in that area. They say all is normally quiet and peaceful in that community. 11 Alive's Don White continues our team coverage tonight from the neighborhood with reaction from people who live there. Don?
Ron, the deputies were trying to serve a warrant at this home behind me. Today, crews are out putting plywood over those gaping holes. This evening, we saw neighbors driving by here trying to process what happened. A wave of emotion hits Brandon Logan as he walks his dog Oliver.
It's just heartbreaking.
The 22-year-old grew up here in the Hampton-Glen neighborhood.
Very quiet, honestly. I remember probably about 13, 14 years old with my buddies. We would run around and play cowboys and Indians.
Branson grew up with Javier Cruz.
You don't ever know the book till you read it.
Javier worked as a landscaper at the suspect's home.
He seemed like a really nice guy. I mean, he spoke with a nice attitude. Never spoke with an angry attitude. Never gave out a vibe that he'll ever do these type of things.
It's scary for me and my family. We couldn't sleep last night.
Carl Hurd lives right up the street from where the two deputies lost their lives.
It really hits home.
That's because Carl also works in law enforcement.
I've had people pull up on me at my job, and it was real situation where I probably could have got shot.
Something good will come out of something so bad.
It lights a fire inside of me.
For Brandon, that passion grows from what he sees here at this home next to a street he played on as a child.
My next step would be law enforcement, and it's probably going to be in the near future.
Brandon says he would like to work for law enforcement in Cherokee County, but he is considering Cobb County as well. Ron?
Well, they need the help. All these law enforcement agencies need the help. Thanks a lot, Don, for the update. And of course, folks, we're going to keep you updated with everything you need to know on the new developments of this case. You can stay right in the know right here online and on 11alive.com.